London, 1837. You are not the target. That belief was common. It worked. Gas lamps burned low across the city, not to make the streets safer, but to signal that night was under control. A woman walked near Clapham Common. She was not reckless. She was not careless. She was late, and London allowed that. She heard something behind her. It was not footsteps. It was a pause, a delay, as if movement itself required consent. Then a scrape, metal on stone. She turned. It was already there. It had not fallen. It had been placed. Too tall for a man, too narrow to be human. Its legs bent where bones should fail. Its joints did not align. They adjusted. It smiled, not emotionally, not deliberately, correctly. Her breath stopped before the scream arrived. When it came, nothing responded. The figure tilted its head. Then fire emerged. Blue-white, chemical, contained. She collapsed alive. Her lungs still moved. Her eyes still followed. Enough. The figure did not flee. It crossed height, distance, barriers that existed only on paper. By morning, the city named what had happened, not to understand it, not to stop it. They called it Spring-Heeled Jack, and after that, people went back to walking late. A city that did not notice the crack. Victorian London was expanding faster than it could stabilize. Industry first, order later. Factories rose, slums multiplied, alleys folded inward like mistakes no one wanted to correct. This was a city where disappearance was ordinary. Children vanished into labor, women vanished into survival. Men vanished into debt, drink, and silence. Crime existed, but crime followed incentives. Crime wanted something: money, control, bodies. Spring-Heeled Jack wanted none of that. He attacked and left. He burned and vanished. No theft, no murder, no explanation. That is why London panicked, because this was violence without transaction, and violence without transaction cannot be negotiated with. These were not legends. The first victims were not anonymous. They were named Mary Stevens, Jane Alsop. Their statements were written while their bodies were still reacting. Mary Stevens was walking through Lavender Hill when a figure approached her. At first, she thought it was a man. That belief lasted seconds. It spoke. The voice was metallic, not hoarse, not drunk, manufactured. Before she could move, it grabbed her. Hands like claws tore fabric. Skin burned where fingers pressed. She screamed. It hissed. Then it jumped, clearing a wall no human body should clear. Jane Alsop opened her door to a man claiming to be police. Authority was still trusted then. He asked for a light. When she handed him a candle, he leaned forward. Flames erupted from his mouth. Not metaphor, not exaggeration. Fire. She survived. Burned, shaken, certain. These statements were not retold later. They were filed immediately, and London read them. The detail that made escape impossible. Mass panic usually fractures memory. This did not. Across districts, across years, across strangers who never met. Descriptions aligned. A tight-fitting suit, often light, sometimes dark. A helmet or mask. Eyes that reflected light incorrectly. Hands that appeared clawed, sometimes metallic. And the jumps. Walls, rooftops. Entire streets crossed in seconds. This should have helped. Instead, it removed hope. Because folklore mutates. Testimony does not. People argued about what he was. They did not argue about what he did. And that consistency meant one thing. Whatever this was, it was not improvising. The day authority failed without dying. By 1838, fear reached Parliament. Officially, the Lord Mayor of London addressed Spring-Heeled Jack in public. Rewards were offered, patrols increased, guards were posted, and still, he appeared. Shots were fired. Witnesses claimed bullets missed. Others claimed something worse, that they hit and nothing changed. Not staggered, not slowed, nothing. Laughter followed. Then the jumps. Not running, not hiding, leaving. That was the moment London understood something it never admitted out loud. Protection was conditional, and authority could be watched failing. The explanation that collapsed under its own weight. Skeptics intervened, they always do. A nobleman, a bored aristocrat, a man with money and cruelty, spring-loaded boots, chemical devices, protective clothing. On paper it worked, until physics was involved. No technology of the time explains the jumps. No suspect was caught, no equipment recovered, no confession made. The explanation required a man who, attacked for decades, never aged publicly, never miscalculated, never spoke, and then vanished without consequence. London did not reject this explanation. It did something worse. It stopped repeating it. That silence is not agreement, it is abandonment. When fear stopped wanting an answer. Then something changed. The attacks slowed, but sightings increased. People reported him standing on lampposts, on church spires, on rooftops, watching. Children said he followed them home, never close, never far, always visible. This is where fear deepened, because predators escalate. They do not withdraw into observation, unless observation is the point. Spring-heeled Jack became less violent and more present, which frightened people more, because now he was not hunting, he was confirming presence. How a panic survives its cause. Spring-heeled Jack entered penny dreadfuls, plays, illustrations, caricatures, not because he was solved, but because turning fear into fiction is how societies survive it. But the sightings did not stop. They thinned, unevenly, into the late 19th century, and then nothing. No body, no arrest, no conclusion, just absence, which is the most unstable ending possible. This was never about him. Spring-heeled Jack did not emerge from superstition, he emerged from transition. A city growing faster than trust, technology outrunning regulation, crowds forming before systems existed to protect them. He was not a monster, he was a stress fracture. A visible point where a city failed to understand what moved through it at night. London did not defeat him, it reorganized itself. Lighting improved, policing centralized, movement controlled, and when the system stabilized, he stopped appearing. Not destroyed, no longer necessary. The part you are not meant to escape, Spring-heeled Jack was never proven supernatural. That should not reassure you, because what terrified London was not that he might be inhuman, but that he might be human enough to exist, unexplainable and uncatchable. He did not kill, he demonstrated. He showed a city the exact point where control ended, and when the city corrected itself, the demonstration stopped. Now here's the part you don't get to keep at a distance. You live inside a system that feels stable because you assume someone else is watching it. Someone else is managing the night. Someone else will notice the crack. London believed that too. Right up until the moment it didn't matter. What appears first is always invisible to the people who believe someone else is watching. This has been The Lost Past. Stay here.